I think you do get in those places. You're not really sure what is wrong with you.
Right.
I think you're like, what is wrong with me? Sometimes it's just the weariness, being tired, the over and over, handling all the emotion, your own and your children's, and trying to navigate all of that.
Parenting isn't for cowards. It's not for wimps.
No days off.
And again, knowing that and recognizing it, embracing it, here's the flip side. Realizing what a blessing it is.
Yes, what an opportunity. Listen, God trusted you with them. God knew you had everything you needed to do the job and to do it well.
Your home, it matters. You're there to make a difference.
It is Home Matters Podcast time. Episode.
Welcome to Home Matters. Okay. Episode number 191.
That's right. I mean, we are coming up on 200.
It's amazing.
I mean, we need balloons and I think this is your party. Water. That is my water. What are you doing? We need party horns, and you just drop the top. We need all that stuff for episode 200. That's crazy, isn't it? I can't believe it. 200. Really is. Yes. Okay, man. February. I mean, we're still doing the winter thing around here and got on all the warm
Valentine's
clothes.
month. You can still do Valentine's.
It is Valentine's month. And I was thinking when I was getting ready for this one that we didn't really do like a Valentine's episode. A lot of times we do, but
it's right
Valentine's,
in the middle of our
it was kind of yeah, it was like in the middle of the week or whatever. So anyway, we hope you celebrated your Valentine's, but
so fell on Saturday. So our podcast or middle of the week.
Yeah, it was in the middle
sort
of
in
between.
Just didn't fit right on.
But Valentine's fits every day. Like if you can bring flowers home any day.
365.
Yeah, you would like chocolates any day of the year, wouldn't you? You love chocolate.
Yeah, I do, but I don't need chocolates right now.
Diamonds. Any day of the year. All those things. But anyway.
Hope you're doing great out there. And we're going to talk a subject today that I think that anybody that is a parent or helping a parent or you got a friend that's a parent, maybe this will help you.
If you ever been a parent, you might listen and be like, whoa. I needed that 5 years ago, or I needed that 10 years ago. Look, this is things to remember when you are overwhelmed by parenting. Any overwhelmed parents out there.
We needed this 30 years ago.
Oh, yeah. It's been a minute. That's hard
to believe.
It is. That's hard to believe.
Look amazing to be a mother 30
you are
years
kind.
Ago.
What are you wanting?
I won't answer that. But again, listen, always as a parent, as you're in the grind, there's some things that you just have to hold on to. You have to remember.
I mean, look, if you are listening and you are driving right now, I mean, just blow your horn if you're that overwhelmed parent. Let off some stress. I mean, just
no, don't do that. Somebody think you're road raging. But again, there's some things that can be in parenting that you just feel like you're overwhelmed.
It is and look, I say. We've said this before, man, raising kids, it was a challenge. It was a job. There were tons of days when I was overwhelmed, but as well, it was a strength, I think, to our relationship because we realized we had to do it together and we enjoyed it. I mean, looking back, there were many overwhelming times, but the whole parenting process.
Yeah.
I did enjoy that. I do miss parts of that. I will say parts of that, not all of it.
Yeah, we love the empty nest. Don't get us wrong. But again, looking back, I'd go back and redo it. Mm-hmm. There are a lot of times you look back and think, man, I wish somebody would have told me some things that I wouldn't have been so overwhelmed because, again, I think any of us can feel that way, regardless of the stage, whether they're newborns or toddlers or...
I mean, young couples, a newborn...
Pre-adolescent or adolescent or... they're
all the things. Young adult children.
Yeah.
Listen, let me break this to you parents out there. You might know this already, but in case you don't, you never stop parenting. Right?
Yeah, I agree.
I mean, you think, okay, we get them out of diapers
I think
and then...
the weight of it, if we're producing productive people,
yes,
then the weight of it changes.
It does.
As they move into adult, we hope that they're growing and maturing and they're becoming responsible and productive. We hope that they're not 35 and we're still having to change their diapers, so to speak.
Yeah.
And I mean, literally in a healthy situation, or a person is capable. I know there are tragedies where there are those kinds of places, but I didn't mean that in any way in that light. But what I do mean is there are a lot of times that I've seen adult children that are still a real heavy weight to their parents.
You didn't mean it so much literally as just the fact of, still trying to parent them into being productive citizens. Hopefully by that period, that's already happened. But what we're saying is all the stages, all the seasons that you go through, that you live through with your children, every single one of them, could be nothing less than overwhelming at times. Hopefully you're not overwhelmed from the time they're born until, they get married. But sometimes it seems like that. Sometimes it feels like that. I know young parents, you're sleep deprived.
Mm-hmm.
We got several grandbabies now under the age of 1. And I know I spoke with one of the mothers this morning and she's like, oh my goodness, if she would just sleep, so I could sleep. You're exhausted, physically. Maybe you're tired of disciplining. Maybe you just feel like it's the same, like this kid, just they don't respond to anything. It's just always something, just, the energy that's needed. You think about that. You've heard it before, but there is a reason that God gives us our children when we are young. Man, we keep several grandbabies all at one time. We had 3 at one time the other night, and it's just what? 3 of the little ones.
Yeah, that's a handful, but
it is for us, right? We're out of that season.
Looking back, though, we had little ones. We had 2 under the age of 2, and then a 4-year-old, and then a 6-year-old. Mm-hmm. So we know what that time was like.
Yes.
And we say often, I know you say more than I do, but it's kind of a blur, and there's some truth with that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, there are probably a lot of times we didn't even realize the sense of a weary, being tired.
Yeah, true.
And again, you're younger. You're not as quickly weathered. You're not as quickly wearied. So
I think you do get in those places though where you just don't even. You're not really sure what is wrong with you.
Right.
You're like, what is wrong with me? Sometimes it's just the weariness, just being tired, just the over and over, handling all the emotions.
Right.
Your own and your children's, and trying to navigate all of that.
And again, we say it all the time, parenting isn't for cowards. It's not for wimps. Parenting is a real job.
James Dobson,
that you don't get days off. And
no days off.
And again, knowing that and recognizing it, embracing it, here's a flip side. Realizing what a blessing it is.
Yes, what an opportunity. Listen, God trusted you with them.
Yeah.
Right? God knew that with his help,
he gave you kids,
you had everything you needed to do the job and to do it well. This ministry decades ago when we started out, Psalm 127, foundation for everything. Unless the Lord builds a house, they that labor in vain. And then this verse, it talks about the blessing of children.
A blessing from the Lord.
Yeah, in verse 3, I love that. And I think you have to come back to that over and over in your life when you are overwhelmed to realize they are a blessing. God didn't give you more than you could handle. Now, if you're trying to do it by yourself, then that's another story. But with his help,
I think
we can do this.
That recognition, though, that if you realize, my kids, raising kids in all the seasons, and again, there are all these seasons. We talked about adolescence, pre-adolescence, teen years.
Yeah.
Again, college years, young adults, all that stuff. But again, different. The fact is regardless of what time, that they are a gift from God.
Yeah.
And the fact is those children will be gone before you know it. And we're at that place.
We're testimony
able
of
to
that.
Look back.
How quick it happened.
But through the time though, I know you got several thoughts on this. What are some of the things that will help you through those seasons of feeling overwhelmed? What are some things you want to talk about?
I think you start out with realizing the blessing, but with a thankful heart. I think a heart of thanksgiving and gratitude changes everything. Yeah. If we see parenting as an opportunity, a privilege, a blessing that God has given us instead of a chore and, a trouble, a weight all the time. Yeah. I think that changes everything about our outcome, about how we go into it every day. Like, we don't know what's going to happen today. I mean, we don't know how our kids are going to act today, but we're going to be thankful. We're going to be grateful. We're going to realize the blessing that they are. Sure. And this was big, I feel like, to me, remembering that it is a season. I think we tell young couples that. Exactly.
Yeah, you're going to get
to past, realize.
But the thing is different stages of life is seasonal.
True.
They're not always going to be in diapers.
Right. Thank goodness. We bought them for 10 years
Yeah, they're not always going to be in the terrible twos or whatever phase
you will survive.
Those are seasonal.
Yes.
And one thing that will keep you from losing your mind, I think, is to realize, man, this is a season I'm in. Mm-hmm. This may not be the easiest season. It may not be the
right. That when you are sleep deprived, when they're sleeping like 1 hour and getting up for 2 and 1 more hour, and
yeah, but when they are doing that,
forever.
One of the things to realize is that baby breath will be gone before long.
Oh,
that is something.
I might need a tissue if you start all this stuff.
Yeah, but it is. So it's that reality that seasons.
Yes.
They come and they go.
Yeah, and if you get so weighed down, overwhelmed, you miss it. You completely miss. If all I can do while my newborn is up every few hours is just wallow in the fact that I'm just tired, I'm exhausted, I've had no sleep. If they would just sleep, then before you know it, they're sleeping all night and you're sleeping all night. And man, those little times in the middle of the night, see, I could cry thinking about this.
Don't talk.
Those little times in the middle of the night that you just had, with just holding them and looking in their face, it's gone. And we have missed the moment if we don't understand and live in the moment, live in the season. They will not always want to sit in your lap. They won't always want you to play with them or to go outside with them. They're going to be doing their own thing. And so I think you have to fight that sense of overwhelmed by realizing the season and knowing. I was reading after a writer. You about to cry too, aren't you?
I am.
One writer said this: one thing all kids do best is they grow up. Every kid. And if you don't remember that they're on their way to the next season, and I'm just not going to miss it. I'm not going to be overwhelmed in this one.
Yeah, I look back and, you say this a lot, but I do as well. There's so much that I wish I would have remembered better.
Oh, yeah. I wish I'd kept journals on all my kids. I look back at pictures.
I remember this to some degree, but when they were little, how they would cling to you. My little boy, even when he was a baby, he may not ever think this now, but when he was a baby, he would cling to me. He was a daddy's boy in a lot of ways. He was daddy's boy, and I remember the passy and that kind of thing hanging on, always holding him, and how he would. A lot of times, I would hold him. It feel like forever. And
your arms are breaking.
Yeah, and the next one up was that way a lot too. But again, just looking back at that, and then how quickly the older ones just kind of come up out of that.
Yes.
Because they were kind of being pushed out, kind of pushed out of the nest, and looking back and not realizing all that time. I would have rather had somebody stopping me. I don't remember anybody doing that. Stopping me and saying, "Son, don't sweat this time. Don't be so stressed. Don't let this overwhelm you. Enjoy it.
I think we do that a lot. I feel like sometimes maybe we get on young parents' nerves saying things like that, but it is just because we have lived that. And really, I don't think anybody ever told me that. And so I'm always trying to tell people, live in the moment, live in this. It is a season. They'll be grown before you know it. Enjoy these days. You know, you're telling a parent that's not getting any sleep to enjoy these days, and they're looking at you like I would slap you if I could get away with it right now. But listen to these older people. We're not old, but older people, right? Look, what about this one? Don't go it alone. Yeah,
it kind of marries into what we're saying.
Yeah, parenting can isolate you.
Yeah.
Parenting, you can allow parenting to isolate you. You know, in making sure that, and, you know, this would be a whole other podcast for me, all these crazy schedules that, you know, society has taught us that we need with kids now. I mean, my kids survived. That's all I'm going to say about that, because that would take the rest of my time. But I'm just saying, parenting can very much isolate you. Yeah, I mean, you know, you've got, this has got to happen and this has got to happen. So we can't go here and we can't be a part of that and we can't be involved in this ministry and I can't do this because I have a kid. Your kid is not your excuse. Listen, and I hate to say it this way, but the enemy will use your kids, if you allow him to isolate you and keep you alone so that you will become completely overwhelmed. I believe that.
Yeah, and the reality is I've often said it this way, you know, as far as having other people, you know, there's so much information out there. I think we get a lot of the wrong stuff now.
It's not all bad. I'm not saying that. It's not all bad,
but there are some balances needed.
Absolutely.
And you need other people in your life.
Yes.
Listen, have other people in your life. You have to invite that.
You have to open your life to that. Yes.
So again, when you talk about schedule, again, I think that sometimes scheduling today, especially babies, infants, you know, I got my opinions on that. But again, I think we probably could have done better.
Oh, for sure.
You know, but we didn't kill our kids. You know, that nowadays some of these experts would put us in jail.
Oh,
you know, but they did well. They were healthy and made good in school. Didn't ever have any problems with going to sleep in class that we know of. But again, that is something that if we're not careful, and I'm just going to say this, it kind of feeds into the next thought, I guess. I think that sometimes that can, boy, I'm going to make some people mad when I say this.
Uh-oh. Okay, I'm bracing.
What's think that it can be done more for the adults than the child. Yeah,
I mean, we can use our children as an excuse.
Yeah, I think
that's
sometimes
what you're trying to say.
That is done. And again, it kind of feeds in. We're not saying you neglect or ignore your own life.
Right.
But again,
don't do that.
Listen, your life is their life.
Yeah.
One of our nephews said the other day, though, I love the statement. I thought it was wise beyond his years.
Yes.
He said, you know, we were saying something about, you know, working it out for their children. And he said, one thing about it, he came into our life. We didn't come into his.
Love it.
So he was
He's
saying
a new
basically
daddy,
the child needs to adapt to their life instead of.
Don't allow yourself to be isolated. Because you need people, you need community, you need, and this leads into the next one too, you need time away. If you are married, listen to me, this relationship has got to stay strong, and you're going to have to be very intentional to make that happen. And so let somebody else keep your child, mama. Come on, I'm talking to you. Some mamas out there like, they won't go to sleep for anybody else. Well, they need to learn how.
Yeah.
Right? You can't go it alone. You need help. You need community, whether that's through family, if you have family close, if you need church family, you need other mothers.
Yeah. Listen, you need people to encourage you when you are overwhelmed.
That's right.
1 Thessalonians 5, it says, encourage one another, build each other up. And there's a place that you need community and other people for that to happen.
That's right.
And then finally, again, we finish with this. It is the fact that there is a need for you as parents to make sure that you stay healthy.
That's right.
There is time for
physically,
you.
Emotionally, yes. Health-wise, take care of yourself. Your marriage needs to be a priority. We just got back from Marriage Matters Getaway. Mm-hmm. You need time together to strengthen that relationship. You need self-care. Now I'm not saying you need to, take off 40 hours out of the week, just say, I got to have me time. Me time. What is me time? I mean, I felt like I went through decades with no me time, but you have to take care of yourself.
Issue there.
I really don't. I probably should have taken more time for myself, but in my experience.
You took one time for about 4 days.
I sure did, but I got snowed in the mountains. That was not my fault. That was an act of God. That's what that was. He knew I needed time away. No, I was going to say, this is something I share with my own daughters and young women all the time. And it is the truth I have found in my own life. Everything is worse. Everything is harder. Everything is more overwhelming when you are tired. Yeah. And when I'm talking about tired, I'm not just talking about sleep deprived. I'm talking about that, but I'm talking about when you're emotionally tired, when you're physically tired, when you don't have the fortitude, the strength, the stamina, just to do life. When you get in those places, sure, everything is more overwhelming. I remember we would do marriage events when our kids were little, and man, it was so refreshing just to get away. Now, I also remember coming home. Like, we're home 5 minutes, like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. We're back.
Real life.
But that time away would encourage and strengthen, and make you feel like, hey, I can go back and do this another week, another day, another year, whatever.
I always say this. I just believe people are more capable than they realize.
Absolutely.
There's more
God
stamina
enables us.
about you. There's more strength about your life. There's grace about your life that God will make and do things that you don't think you can. So I always say, look, there are times parenting can be overwhelming.
Yes,
but again,
it will
hey,
be.
Listen, they're a blessing.
Yes.
You may be in a season that's more difficult than others. Mm-hmm. But again, if you'll find the company and you'll find the community and find the encouragement along the way, I think it all leads to health. I think it can lead to health.
Your health and the health of your kids.
You parent from a healthy place, not a broken place. Again, your marriage has got to be healthy. Again,
yes.
If your relationship's not healthy,
you got to do it together.
Everything about your family, especially the children. But we're out of time.
Parenting, it can be overwhelming. But look, you got this. With the Lord's help, you follow some wisdom, you follow some knowledge, and man, before you know it,
we weren't perfect by any means.
Oh gosh, no.
But they turned out all right, so you can do it as well. Hey, that's God bless you. Always
can't
remember.
Wait to see you next time.
Always remember, your home
matters.
matters.
Yeah, love you.
Bye bye.